Welcome to 360 Strong Women, and today we're doing a coffee talk called Food for Thought. The intention for this program is to be thought-provoking and insightful about food in the hopes that you develop clarity around your personal mission on health and wellness and your personal relationship with food. Because let's face it, we need food to sustain life, and therefore we need to have a relationship with it. But what kind? So the first thing I would ask you to think about as we go through these nuggets of information is, what are your challenges around food and what are your successes around food? Remember that we are all imperfectly perfect, so I would invite you to consider to be kind to yourself and give yourself some space and grace as you navigate and percolate on this information. It's a process, not a perfect script, and each of you will be able to create an eating lifestyle that best fits your health benefits. So we're going to discuss the what, the why, when, where, and how we eat. The what is the nutrition part. We're going to make it simple as coined by Dr. Michael Pollan. Whole foods, mostly plants, and not too much. Whole foods are those foods that are closely to their natural unprocessed form. This would include whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean meats, legumes, nuts, and seeds. It's okay to occasionally eat lightly processed foods like yogurt and cheese if they're not loaded with sauces and syrups, meaning sugar. Whole foods contain dense nutrients, phytochemicals, and fiber, so important. And yes, canned and frozen fruits and vegetables can be healthy choices. Just make sure to look for low sodium and low to no added sugars. Distinguishing between a food and a food product is important when eating whole foods. Think about it this way. Don't eat anything your grandmother wouldn't recognize. Whole foods are easily identified because they don't come along with a long list of ingredients. Think about the parameters of your grocery store, where all your produce, your meats, your fish, and your dairy are usually located, versus those inner aisles where all those boxes and bags, those highly processed food with a label of multiple ingredients, are located. Processed foods also contain a lot of added sugars and sodium, which can contribute to excess weight gain and high blood pressure, among other chronic diseases. Mostly plants. Plant-based or plant-forward eating lifestyle means consuming mostly fruits and vegetables, beans and legumes, nuts and seeds, and whole grains. It doesn't mean that you don't consume meat or fish. Lean meats and fish are consumed as a condiment or moderately, and low red meats. A plant-based diet is well associated with lower risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. Plant-based supports your immune system and has essential nutrients you cannot get from other foods. The phytochemicals, antioxidants, and vitamins and minerals keep your cells healthy and your body in balance so your immune system can function at its best. A plant-based diet is nutrient dense, packed with fiber, has healthy fats, protein, vitamins, and minerals. So whole foods, mostly plants. Now, not too much. Consider getting into the habit of the 80-20 rule so that you know you are not overeating and don't get acclimated to overeating. This rule helps you to stop eating before you reach the moment of too full. Overeating causes your stomach to expand beyond its normal size and push against other organs, making it very uncomfortable. You can feel sluggish or tired or drowsy and unfocused. Learning to stop at 80% full can reduce your caloric intake up to 200 calories, which can impact your weight maintenance. And so now we know whole foods, mostly plants, and not too much. Let's eat the color of the rainbow and make it even more special. Eating the color of the rainbow doesn't mean eating Skittles. When picking whole foods, make sure that you are eating from the colors of the rainbow, each having its own benefits, and eating a variety of different fruits and vegetables for added gut health and hormonal balance. Let's go over some of those colors. Our green fruits and vegetables: spinach, broccoli, asparagus, peas, avocado, green apples, green grapes, limes, kiwi fruit, and green pears. Not limited to all of that, but getting in those deep phytonutrients, phytoestrogens, good fats, healthy proteins, and lots of fiber. Next come our purple and blues: beetroot, purple asparagus, red cabbage, eggplant, plums, blackberries, blueberries, and purple grapes. All have vitamins and minerals and are antioxidant and have a multitude of flavonoids in them. And here come the red fruits and vegetables: tomatoes, red capsicum, which is just a red pepper, radishes, strawberries, watermelon, red apples, rhubarb, cherries, dark red cherries. I've done videos about how it helps you sleep because of the flavonoids and antioxidants: red grapes and raspberries. Then our yellows and oranges: carrots, pumpkin, corn, sweet potatoes, rock melons, lemons, mangoes, and pineapples. Again, antioxidant, fat burning, high in fiber, delicious, and provides deep, dense nutrients. And then we have our whole grains and nuts, what we call our antivirals, as whites and browns: cauliflower, garlic, ginger, mushrooms, onions, potatoes, parsnips, turnips, bananas, brown pears, dates, whole grains, and legumes. And let's not forget lentils, how healthy they are for your health and wellness journey. High in fiber, keeps you satiated, gives you a multiple amount of dense vitamins and minerals for brain health, healthy fats, which can help your body run at its best. And then what do we add to those whole foods when we're eating the color of the rainbow? Of course, these anti-inflammatory spices and herbs to make your food taste terrific. Also helps with inflammation, systemic inflammation. We're talking about turmeric and cayenne and ginger and dark black pepper and cinnamon. All great ways to add flavor and health. Not to mention aiding in your digestion, heart healthy, helping your skin, your restoration of your muscles, all added benefits. So, what are the best food lifestyles that have been vetted by science? They are the plant-based lifestyle and the Mediterranean diet. Both have healthy benefits and give you the best health for biomarkers. Plant-based diet or plant-forward eating patterns focus on foods primarily from plants. This includes not only fruits and vegetables, but also nuts, seeds, oils, whole grains, legumes, and beans. It doesn't mean that you are a vegetarian or a vegan and never eat meat or dairy. Rather, that you are proportionately choosing more of your foods from plant sources. Plant-based diets offer all the necessary protein, fats, complex carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals for optimum health, and often higher in fiber and phytonutrients. We've talked about that. Consider also adding a B12 supplement if you do not eat meat to ensure you receive all the nutrients required. The Mediterranean diet also emphasizes lots of vegetables, fruits, nuts, legumes, seeds, and fish, with a liberal use of olive oil, a moderate amount of dairy, and low amounts of red meat. They still avoid processed foods that are high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy fats. Mediterranean diet adds a little red wine during their meals, but if alcohol is out for you, just get rid of that. Red wine can be an antioxidant, but alcohol can be a depressant, so you have to decide. Also, Mediterranean diet focuses their meals on the experience. the experience of sharing the meal with friends and family. So connection is important with the Mediterranean lifestyle. Note that the Mediterranean lifestyle includes a very physically active lifestyle, not a sedentary lifestyle. So they do not count calories. If you choose to eat a Mediterranean diet, consider what your physical activity is like. If it's more sedentary than active, you may want to incorporate the 80-20 rule in place or count calories so that you don't overeat. And now we know what? Whole foods, mostly plants, not too much. We've talked about two kinds of lifestyles, plant-based or plant-forward in the Mediterranean diet. And we talked about how to eat the color of the rainbow. Now let's discuss brain and gut health and those balanced or unbalanced hormones. Whole foods derived mostly from plant sources are your best brain foods because they do not contain unhealthy or harmful fats and sugars. Your best brain foods are leafy greens like kale, spinach, collards, and broccoli. They're rich in brain healthy nutrients like vitamin K and folate and beta carotene. Avocado, another powerhouse of nutrients that can greatly enhance brain function, earning a top spot as a top brain food. They're rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, which contribute to healthy blood flow and lower blood pressure. These fats also aid in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are essential for brain health. Fatty fish like salmon holds a well-deserved reputation as one of the best brain foods, primarily due to its high content of omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are your anti-inflammatory fatty acids. We need to get those into our body. Blueberries, a superfood. It's earned a top spot among brain foods largely due to their potent antioxidant properties and nutrient-rich profile. They're filled with flavonoids, and these compounds can delay brain aging and improve memory by reducing oxidative stress and inflammation. Walnuts, exceptional brain food because of their high concentration, again, of omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts contain a host of neuroprotective compounds, including vitamin E, folate, melatonin, and several antioxidants, polyphenols, an amino acid that converts into nitric acid and improves your eye loop flow to the brain. Pumpkin and sunflower seeds are noteworthy also. They're an excellent source of magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper. And magnesium is essential for learning and memory. Coffee. Now we're just talking just coffee, nothing added to it. The caffeine increases serotonin, your mood hormone, which helps stabilize the blood-brain barrier. Now, if coffee is one of those things that keeps you jittery, you may want to go with green tea, like a nice matcha tea. Green tea is a functional ingredient that may combine to improve brain function and cognitive help, and is linked to lower chance of cognitive impairment, especially in middle and older age people. And it's also linked to good mood. Turmeric, particularly the curcumin in turmeric, is a potent brain food due to its robust neuroprotective and cognitive enhancing properties. It's anti-inflammatory, and turmeric will also help achy joints. Broccoli has emerged as a stellar brain food, primarily due to its abundance of antioxidants and nutrients that can significantly bolster brain health. Dark chocolate. Now, we're not talking milk chocolate. We're talking dark chocolate that has a percentage of cacao of 70% or more. Dark chocolate varieties are high in cacao as an excellent brain food due to the flavonoids, the caffeine, and the antioxidants. Primary brain boosting component is the flavonoids. It's also rich in magnesium, which helps relax the nerves and muscles, reduces stress, and promotes sleep. Now, the strength of your immunity system is largely determined by the healthy state of your gut. Gut health is mostly done by eating whole foods, mostly plants, phytonutrients, fiber dense nutrients, and not too much. Use that 80-20 rule. And let's keep those stress levels down. Do yoga, meditation, and breathing, and try to get a quality 8 to 9 hours of sleep. It's going to help balance out those hormones. Now, your brain is your central nervous system, but your brain, as you can see in the slide, talks to your gut, which is your second brain, and then your gut then in turn talks to your first brain, your central nervous system, and that helps balance out hormones. So if you have an unhealthy gut, you're more likely to have imbalanced hormones. And I want to just talk about a few hormones that are affected when you're not eating whole foods and mostly plants. So ghrelin tells your body that you're hungry, and leptin tells your body that you're full. And when the two are imbalanced, you don't know when you're full or satiated, so you keep eating because you keep thinking you're hungry. A quality, healthy gut will balance those hormones out so that you'll know when you're hungry, actually hungry, and you'll know when you're full. And that 80-20 rule can really help balance that as well. Now, cortisol, serotonin, and melatonin are all in it together. So cortisol and melatonin are the opposites. As morning light signals our brain to release cortisol, that's our wake-up hormone. Cortisol wakes us and should be at its peak early in the morning when we arise. Then it should begin to lower as the day progresses, and our melatonin should start to rise. That's our sleep hormone. That's our restorative hormone. If those two are off, then our stress levels stay up, and then we can't sleep, and vice versa. Serotonin is your mood hormone. Serotonin is produced by the pineal gland and is converted to melatonin. So if it's off, then we have a tendency not to have enough melatonin to sleep, and we contribute to low serotonin levels contribute to depressive symptoms and melatonin deficiency, which then in turn raises our cortisol, and we stay stressed out all day long. Without healthy sleep, our bodies struggle to produce serotonin, which leads to a deficiency in the melatonin, making it harder to get restorative sleep. And then we get on that hamster wheel. Optimizing our gut health is key to keeping our hormones in balance. Gut health is so important because the microbe has many functions, and one of them is the brain neurotransmitters. It helps facilitate absorption of macro and micronutrients. It's the essential role for our immune system, and it helps regulate estrogen in the body, especially for women, because in women estrogen helps regulate body fat. So if your gut is off and your estrogen is in whack, you have a tendency to put on more body fat. And women that are in perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, your estrogen depletes. And so you're already facing that issue. And so eating whole foods, mostly plants, you get those phytoestrogens, those phytonutrients, and that's going to help you with menopausal effects. And so it controls those after effects. Plant-based and Mediterranean reduce the risk of high blood pressure, prevents heart disease, helps in losing weight, controls the after effects of menopause. It's great for asthma patients, reduces your risk of heart disease, reduces women's risk of stroke, prevents cognitive decline and Alzheimer's, helps with weight loss and weight maintenance, staves off type 2 diabetes, and helps people with rheumatoid arthritis. And when we have good gut health and brain health, and our hormones get balanced, we have less risk for chronic diseases and less risk for all of these autoimmune diseases that are popping up all over the place. And so, what's something else that we can do to have the most healthy health outcomes? That's right, sugar equals pain. We can reduce or eliminate the amount of sugar we're putting into our bodies. Women need 24 grams of sugar a day. Not need, but can have up to 24 grams a day. That's only 6 teaspoons. And men, you get 36 grams, 9 teaspoons a day. That's less than 10% of your total calories. Sugar is not only inflammatory, causes systemic inflammation, but it's addictive. So when it spikes the frontal cortex of your brain, it lights up. And you will need more and more and more sugar to get that same response each time. And so you'll become addicted very quickly, and your body will have an addiction to sugar. And when you get off of sugar, you will have actually a physical detox. That could be headaches and stomach ache and mad cravings and irritability and agitation. The same kinds of things that you would go through for any kind of detox. Too much added sugar may put you at high risk for cardiovascular disease, cognitive problems, including dementia and Alzheimer's, colon cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol and triglyceride levels, kidney disease, liver disease, obesity, and it may increase your risk of depression, pancreatic cancer, retinal, muscle, and nerve damage, of course, cavities and tooth decay, systemic inflammation to the entire body, stress, overeating, increased waist size, weight gain, skin aging, wrinkles, and cellular aging. Almost half of the added sugar in the American diet comes from one source, and that is sugary drinks. So you'll want to check your labels to see how much sugar you are actually consuming. Upset stomach, irritability, sluggishness, and headaches are all possible warnings that you may be overdoing it on the sweet stuff. So, if we can eat whole foods, mostly plants, not too much, and eat the color of the rainbow, and eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, and keep our sugar levels to a minimum, then we have the best opportunity to balance our brain and gut health, which balances hormones, which brings our immune system up to its highest potential for healthy outcomes, healthy biomarkers. And so that's the what. But then we have to talk about the why. Why do we eat? And so just think about these things. Once you figure out the why and the when and the where and the how, then you can put together a plan that works for your lifestyle. So before you start to eat, we want to think about why you're eating. Are you fueling your body? Are you dehydrated? So if you're dehydrated, your body's going to think you're hungry. And you may be just dehydrated. So make sure you're getting your 8 ounces of water in a day. Stay hydrated. If you're out in the hot heat, get electrolytes in so you can stay hydrated. You may not be hungry, you just may be thirsty. Are you bored? Stressed? Do you have cravings because we're consuming over our 24 grams of sugar? Or is it just an emotional day? Are you an emotional eater? So contemplate on that, percolate on that, and then decide why you eat. And then we think about, when do we eat? Are we a grazer? Do we have scheduled meals? Do you eat at a different time every day, or are you very routined? Do you snack at night, very late night snacking? And do you eat very fast and hurried, or do you make it an experience and eat nice and slow? A great thing to contemplate on and decide, why do I eat and when do I eat? And then consider, where do I eat? Do you eat in your car? Do you eat at a table? Are you at your desk all the time? Do you eat in front of the TV? Are you alone in a restaurant, at home, or with family and friends? All of those things matter and make a difference. And science tells us that when we are occupied, when our brain is occupied with something else while we're eating, we eat twice as many calories. So if you're watching TV, for example, you tend to just not be fully aware of the amount of calories you're consuming, because your brain is focused on taking in the information that you're watching. So we want to be mindful about our eating and know exactly how much we're eating, and what we're eating, and when we're eating, and where we're eating, and why we're eating. These are the behavior changes. So the what is the nutrition, the why, when, where, and how are the behaviors. So we just consider percolating on those and decide, do I need to make some changes to make my health and wellness, my relationship with food, better for me, healthier for me? And then the last thing would be, how do you eat? Do you eat fast? I know a lot of your moms are out there and you're serving everyone at the table and you're standing and eating as you're cooking. So are you standing or sitting? Do you do it slowly as an experience? Do you have a plan? Do you plan a menu? Do you use a food service? Do you meal prep? Do you intermittent fast? Another question, and we can talk about that at another time. I don't want to make this too long, but those are all those behaviors that you want to contemplate on to see how you relate to food. It's going to help you get a plan in place to make your relationship with food healthier. And that's our coffee talk on food for thought. I hope that you consider and percolate and think about what to eat. Make it simple, whole food, mostly plants, not too much. Consider eating from the rainbow, getting in those different varieties, maybe picking a lifestyle plan, and then consider those behaviors. Why am I eating? When do I eat? Where do I eat? How do I eat? And you will come up with a plan to give you the healthiest food relationship for yourself. That's all we have for today. Don't forget to hit our button, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you for the next video. Bye.